Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be doing a drugstore haul for you to kind of show you different products that you can get at the drugstore. I bought a whole kind of host of things and they're all in the reasonably priced bracket range. So the first one I'm going to show you is by Sleek Makeup and it's the Eye Divine Ultimate Mattes Collection. Now these shadows are hugely pigmented, but as with all really pigmented products, there is a bit of fallout on these, but I don't care about that because you can always do your eyes first. But absolutely beautiful. That's the black I just swatched and you literally just touch your finger in it. I really hope Sleek come out with single versions of their eyeshadows because their blushes are absolutely phenomenal. Speaking of which, here is a blush palette by Sleek, which is the Trio blushes. You can kind of see that this shade here, particularly the two outer ones, are great for the sort of really deeper skin tones, would really show up because the pigment in it, again, is absolutely high. Paris and Berlin, these are ice cream shadows. They are cream shadows that can be used on the eyes, on the cupid's bow, and as a highlighter. There are loads and loads of shades to choose from and they're incredibly reasonably priced considering what you get, and they last a really long time. They will crease on the eyes if you don't kind of pair them up with a powder eyeshadow, but by using a kind of shimmery shade on the lid and then putting a powder over it, you're increasing the stability and the long wear of the eyeshadows. This is a funny little thing that I got. It's like a magic mitt. You put it on your hand and you just wet it and you go over your face with it and it will remove all makeup, including waterproof makeup. You don't even need any cleanser. So for those of you that fancy trying something like that, I don't really recommend it for those of you with really sensitive skin because of the microfibers. It does exfoliate the skin, but otherwise pretty cool. Oh, speaking of which, is another Beauty Blender dupe. This is, I think, by Paris and Berlin. It's much more sort of shaped like the Beauty Blender. It's still firmer than the original one, which can be slightly problematic because it's not as soft and beautiful on the skin as the original, but it's still absolutely excellent and great value for money because these ones, because they're harder, they'll last longer. Oh, I got loads of stuff from Me. The first one is Angels and Halos, which is a highlighter. Now, it's not a universal shade. It's best for those of you who would like to medium skin tones to medium tan. But otherwise you can put it on before your foundation or after your foundation to create more of a glow on the skin. So it's pretty good. You also get 30 mils, which makes it excellent value for money when you consider some of the things that are very similar by benefit, which are kind of double and then some. Shimmer bricks from Me. I'll show you a couple of colors here and then I'll talk to you about them. Two shimmer bricks here. Now, very similar to Bobbi Brown in terms of what they do. They illuminate the skin and add shimmer and slight color to the skin. No shades for really deep skin tones, but this one could be used as a highlighter for a slightly deeper skin tone, so that's pretty cool as well. The only difference between these and say the Bobbi Brown ones is that they are more powdery. These are definitely more powdery and they go on that way. But because of the price, I mean, you don't really expect too much more. But if you're on a budget and you're looking for a kind of shimmer brick, these are pretty good. There are also rich color eye defining creams. You get 3 mils in here. They're little kind of pots that look very similar to the Bobbi Brown gel eyeliners. They are cream shadows that can also be used as highlighters. They do crease on the eyes, but again, layering them with shadows will stop that. And they are nice on the face. I actually prefer them as highlighters. I'm also going to show you again, and because I have reviewed these before, are the Me baked eyeshadows. Let me see if there's no grams on here, unfortunately, so I can't tell you. They go on really beautifully. They can be used damp. Almost all the colors are pretty shiny, so if you're interested in shiny eyeshadows, these are good. I think for the price with regards to mineral eyeshadows, these are pretty good. Okay, I'll tell you what is good, and these are being classed in the drugstore haul because they're so cheap. Now, this is a Paris and Berlin eyeshadow palette. Each of these eyeshadows, I believe, retails for around about £5 or £6, which to me makes them drugstore price. I think there are about 2.5 grams in here, and I cannot I cannot tell you enough how absolutely amazing these eyeshadows are. They are so pigmented, they are so creamy considering that they're a powder. They blend like a dream. They are up there with Makeup Forever eyeshadows and Makeup Atelier eyeshadows. In fact, these are probably a little bit better. So you absolutely must check out Paris and Berlin with regards to the eyeshadows and the blushes because they're all identical. A brow gel and a brow highlighter by Me Cosmetics. The brow gel, as you would imagine, gets swept through the brows and sets them. It's a kind of universal sort of taupey colour, so for those of you who've got very fair eyebrows, this is not going to be an option. But the other side is a highlighter, which is very, very similar in terms of texture and the shine you get from something from Benefit. Is it High Beam, Moonbeam, something like that? You know the one. Very, very, very similar. In fact, identically similar. A couple of brushes that I really want to just mention from Dillium brushes, because they're so reasonably priced, are the 949, which is the foundation brush with a point. Absolutely brilliant for applying foundation. And the wonderful 957 brush, which is a domed flat brush you can use to apply foundation, powder, bronzer, whatever you want. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. Two liquid liners, one by Me and one by Ico London. Both absolutely brilliant. They give you the most gorgeous kind of sheen liquid eyeliner effect on the skin, because a lot of eyeliners, particularly liquid, they don't really dry down matte. These both leave a sheen which looks really, really good, so great for that kind of winged eyeliner effect. And yes, I have filmed the video for doing the eyeliner flick, so you can stop asking me. I mentioned this in my last video, but I'm going to mention it again. It's the Coastal Scents, which is, this one is in Desert Rose. They are duo defining wand, where you have a eyeliner here on this side, which comes up, and on this side you have a spring-loaded tip which sets it and adds shimmer. These are absolutely amazing. Now there's a couple of companies that are using this exact same thing with a huge price tag, so don't bother getting those. You might as well just get these because they're the same thing but cheaper. Also think it's worth mentioning are the Real Techniques brushes by Pixie, Sam Chapman. Absolutely brilliant. There's no doubt about it. I've got these here in a pack because I'm going to give them away as a prize, but the Real Techniques brushes are brilliant. For the price, you know, what more can you ask? To finish up, I'm going to show you some brushes and some products from Everyday Minerals. Now, I want to talk to you the brushes, particularly this brush. It's a huge brush, but it's absolutely brilliant for finishing the makeup. And makeup finishing brushes are really important because they can pull together a lot more smoothly. So this is an excellent one. And these two here, which is like a huge kabuki brush and a mini one, are amazing. They're so soft, they haven't shed, and they don't smell weird, because sometimes with cheaper brushes you can give them a sniff and they smell like petrol. It's not nice. So the brushes are excellent by Everyday Minerals. And I also got some of the mineral foundations from Everyday Minerals. They do different kind of textures, matte, semi-matte, glowy, so you can kind of pick what you want. For those of you who are sensitive to bismuth oxychloride, then these don't have it, so you can absolutely feel free to use these to your best of your ability, because they're not going to irritate the skin like some of the other higher end mineral foundations that still use that ingredient. The ingredient doesn't bother me, but it can bother a lot of people with terms of breakouts, redness, and particularly itching of the skin. What's really nice are the mineral eyeshadows, which come like this. They're loose, of course, so there is mess involved sometimes with these kind of products. And of course the mineral blushes. Both of them are strongly pigmented, particularly the eyeshadows. They are all slightly shimmery. Even the matte ones are not what you would call a true matte color. There is some shine on them, but don't let that put you off, because those actually look really beautiful on all eyes in terms of if you've got some sort of saggy in the eyes or wrinkles, these are still going to look great. The mineral blushes go on beautifully as well. I really, really am quite pleased with the with the Everyday Minerals. I think they're really, really good for the price. And lastly but not least, because I forgot to mention them, are the Rock Goddesses. Now these are by Me again. They're little balls of pleasure. That sounds rude, doesn't it? You know what I mean. You swirl them around and you apply them to the skin. This would make an excellent highlighter for deeper skin tones. Otherwise, you can use it to kind of add a little bit of warmth and radiance to the skin. You're going to get a bronze look from them. There you go. So that's a little bit of a haul of slightly more affordable drugstore products. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.